We can hear Mars like snoring in the recording.
We have a dog
Good
slobbering on my
fine.
knee right now and having dreams about chasing butterflies or something.
White
I
noise
don't
is
know.
calming. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway. Welcome to The Good Chat. A good place to have a good chat about the good place. I'm Anusha Chibi.
I'm Solid Heck.
I'm Kieran Kraft.
This week, we're chatting about Season 3, Episode The Brainy Bunch. Episode 3, directed by Jude Wing, written by Dan Schofield. So, guys, we just finished the episode.
It was
It's
so
so
good.
Once again, brain exploding
Yay!
from how amazing this show is. And I'm so glad that there are new episodes because I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for, right?
Yes.
It's so great.
It's
Anyway, before we get into it, how about we get on to our 30-second recap, which we do every single week from memory. We play Paper, Scissors, Rock, and this week it's gonna be Paper, Scissors, Rock. What the hell are you doing?
Because I did 1, 2, 3.
No.
We did 1, 2, 3 last
No,
time.
we didn't.
Paper, scissors,
I
rock.
think
Is that what we're
I think last time we did paper, scissors, rock. So it ended up being 3.
Oh.
Okay.
Paper, scissors.
Which one are we doing?
Just regular.
What's
Paper,
regular?
What's regular? We've been doing.
Paper, scissors, rock. That's
Okay.
regular, right?
That is not regular, but
That's not
okay,
regular.
let's do that.
Is
Okay.
it not?
No, it's 1, 2, 3 is regular.
Paper, scissors, rock.
Yes.
What?
That's what we literally.
Okay, let's do it again. All right, ready?
Paper, scissors, rock.
Yes, once again.
Again.
You guys are idiots.
Damn it!
You
it's
always
because
play
we're the
rock.
same people.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
ready?
not doing it. Thank God.
Paper, scissors, rock.
Yeah, boy.
Uh-huh.
boy. I won.
luck,
Kieran lost.
Kieran.
Kieran's doing it.
Good luck, Kieran. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna get the timer ready, and you, my friend, are gonna be doing a 30-second recap. Ready? And start.
Okay, so we start with Trevor, the demon. He's there. He's pissing off everyone, annoying everyone in the study. And then out of nowhere, Michael and Janet both appear back on Earth to try and like thwart his plans. They go to an amazing American-themed restaurant that is hilarious. And like
seconds left.
they're shooting like back and forth bad comebacks, and then the door appears from the judge's place, and Jeff the doorman appears.
I mean, you
almost.
literally were so close,
Oh.
but unfortunately,
But nothing else happened in the episode, unfortunately.
Everything happens so much. It's so hard to fit. You can't even talk about how like Eleanor left for a while and Chidi had to go and get her back, and there was like weird stuff happening.
But
that
why did
probably
that
never
even have
filled
to
in.
happen in the first place? I mean,
Because it,
Trevor, wow. What a
What a
great
great-
character to have back in the fray.
Wow.
And can I say, from last episode, called it with Janet appearing like on
Yes,
Earth.
100%.
Yeah.
Well done, you.
yeah.
It was really incredible, and also, guys, I had so many moments throughout where I was like, "Oh my god, things are clicking in my brain.
Yeah.
I wonder if this
Oh,
is
yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
happen. I wonder if this is gonna happen."
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then the episode ends with like they're back in the judge's realm.
Yes.
And like the judge is angry. Maya Rudolph
Maya
is
Rudolph!
acting the hell out of that bridge.
Arms,
yes.
her arms
Girl,
in that
she
robe.
is all about the physical comedy, and
love
I
it.
am there for it. Her fart noises.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
the best fat noise maker in the game.
100%.
in the game.
I was also because she was confronting Michael and Janet and also Trevor.
Yes.
And like as soon as Trevor like went out and tried to like smum his way into it, I was like, push him off the bridge, push him off the bridge,
Oh my
and
God,
she
me too.
flung him out into infinity.
Legit was
The
like
void.
how we would do like a fling to the forehead. She flung him into a void, and it was amazing.
He was a flea to her.
Flick it away. Yes, that was incredible. Total props to Maya Rudolph in this episode. Total props to Trevor actor
Adam Scott.
Scott.
He's so good.
Such an amazing, that first opening scene when you see his face turning just off camera and his face goes dark and that music starts, and I swear to God I had shivers up and down my spine.
yeah.
Even just when he was like being nice Trevor,
Yes.
like it was so perfect because it perfectly towed that line between like someone who's genuinely nice and a bit like over enthusiastic,
Yeah,
100%.
and someone who's lying to you, and it's just toe that line. It's like, oh, so good.
Yes.
Yes.
So many, like, just amazing moments.
He's a genius.
So great. So
He's a
great.
genius. And if he's flung off into infinity and we never see him again, at least Adam Scott got to like have this episode to like
Yes.
show off.
For sure.
It was so good.
And we have no idea what's going to happen to Sean yet. Like, what are his repercussions going to be? Holy shit. Janet and Michael are going back to Earth.
Yes.
Janet's not going to have her powers now.
Yes.
How are they going to come back?
Yes.
Well, this is the thing, because they took the key.
They took the key.
Yes.
The doorman. Jeff. Oh, Jeff.
I love Jeff. And because, like, the frogs and, like,
I
he's
know.
so genuinely, like, pleased about certain things. Like,
Yeah.
when he, like, came through and, like, was like, oh, so this is
Yeah.
Earth, and, like, tested the water faucet in the, faucet
Ooh.
in the bathroom. And he just, like, seemed genuinely, like, excited about,
Yeah.
oh, look at that water.
It's just exactly the sort of reactions that Michael always has to human things as well, right? That I feel like they probably bonded over that. Like, his is frogs, and Michael's like, you know what, buddy? I 100% understand you.
Yeah.
My thing is useless human stuff, like keys.
They do have an understanding.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah. I love that he became the hero. One more thing I love is how Janet is like a printer and she says that of herself, and how when she gets unjammed the print queue just keeps going, and that was like the plot point that saved them
Yeah.
because it blocked the way for the judge briefly. I really thought, like, I heard Kieran whisper like the steamroller or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Janet had just talked about how she wanted to, like, fling a steamroller at someone, at Trevor.
Yeah.
And then, but she couldn't do it. But then, like, as soon as, like, her thing started appearing, I was like, oh my god, the judge is gonna get, like, smashed.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm glad she didn't, because I do
Me
want to see
too.
more of Maya Rudolph, which
Yeah.
hopefully we will. But I was still like, oh, this is coming.
Also, I
Yeah.
don't think you could actually smash the judge.
She would
because
probably, like,
she
bounce.
is the judge. After
Yeah, she
all.
would probably like bounce right back and
Yeah.
re-clone or whatever, respawn.
That's so true.
But I'm just
Troll the
glad.
respawn.
I was glad that like came back in a way, and then it allowed them to escape. Yay!
Yeah.
One other thing that I'd like to mention real quick, Janet's costume as the waitress and Michael's outfit.
Cute.
Michael's
And
Dick
his
Tracy outfit.
freaking Dick Tracy outfit, and him not getting any of the jokes.
It's so good.
It is so good. This show, you guys.
One of my favorite things about this whole series is how Michael is similar to Janet in that he has access to huge amounts of information, potentially all the access to all the information in the world. He cannot for the life of him come up with a good comeback.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so relatable that, like, no matter how smart you are, when you're confronted with a situation, you're just like, my brain is not working, I don't know what to say.
Is that a thing of like the more invested you are, the less pithy your comment can be because you actually care about these people and the situation?
Maybe,
Because
yeah.
the gooder he's gotten, the worse he's gotten at comebacks and insults.
The gooder he gets, the worse he gets.
The gooder he gets, the...
At comeback.
Okay.
Dick Tracy called on his watch phone and he said to
Watch out! Wow. You know what? That's great. I'm coming back around. I'm doing a 180 and I love it now.
I am just waiting for the moment when somebody is gonna say, "Yeah, basic" again.
Basic.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna have to be like a big moment. They're
It's
not
gonna
gonna
be
call
so
that back
good.
for nothing.
Oh, Jason becoming Spider-Man.
Yes, oh my god.
Love
Jason becoming
it.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god, you guys. He puts a spider in his hands and he asks if there is going to be extra radiation. And they're all wondering what the hell he's talking about. And obviously Eleanor is like, oh god.
Love.
Buddy, what have you got in your hands? And of course he's holding a spider and he goes, but it's bitten me so many times. I bet you I'm going to turn into Spider-Man. Because that's how that works.
It's so good as well, because, like, his first thought, oh, I'm going into a machine, I'll take a spider with me, because they'll give me superpowers. But then the second he asks about it, they're like, No, it's an MRI. There's no radiation.
I love that Eleanor understood exactly what was going on because
Yeah.
she gets it
She
too.
gets him on a deep level because she is him at times.
She gets them all. That's why she's the linchpin. She's the closest with Chidi. She's getting along famously with Tahani this time around, which I'm so happy about.
Yeah.
And she gets Jason, and she's close with Michael and Janet too. She's like
Or
the
she will be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun. So, into the ad break. Do, 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 do.
This week's episode is brought to you by Mars, the most beautiful chocolate Labrador, who would just is so slummy crummy, and you just want to eat him up and you just
And he's been very good throughout this whole recording. I'm pretty sure he's asleep, but he's still been very good at being quiet.
What a good boy. Except for Snores, what a good boy.
Do, 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 do.
Can I go first?
Of course.
Guys, I really want to go first
Okay.
because I have something amazing to tell you.
Okay.
Here is what I want to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
I had this moment
Oh my god.
where I was looking at Simone.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing,
She got?
beautiful
Are
Simone.
you saying she's gone?
And I'm looking at her and I'm like, she's from the good place.
She is! Oh my god.
Okay.
She is from the good place because,
Wait a minute.
Totally buy that.
right? Like, she is 100% able to suss out all of the, like, just amazing things of each of these people. She's able to integrate herself into this group so seamlessly. She 100% knew what Chidi was going through and how to preemptively bring him back down to earth without having to interfere in his thought process at all, right?
What I also love is we have yet to see anyone from the good place except maybe Janet.
Yes. Well, also the lady from the video for Mindy St. Clair's place.
Oh, yeah.
Who we did meet, but who also knows Trevor because he was in the video as well.
Yeah, so it makes sense that like maybe they would send someone down as well.
Yeah, right. Why not have a representative from both areas? I don't know why and or how this would work, but it just clicked in my brain for a second that she was just
No, I like
such
it.
a good person.
Yes.
How could she not be from the good place?
I like it a lot.
Something else we should consider, because in the like very first season, it's established that only the best of the best people come to the good place. But that was almost certainly just a lie that Michael told to make Eleanor feel insecure. Because her whole thing is that she doesn't like people who think they're better than her. So if it was just generally good people turn up here, she wouldn't feel that bad. It had to be the best of the best, which makes me think the actual good place probably has looser restrictions.
I mean,
Which not to like say that she's good, so you know it's not so special. But what I mean is that if that's the case, then instead of them looking on these four humans as they got the second chance that they don't really deserve.
Yeah.
It could be them genuinely going, no, we want people to come to the good place. We're not exclusive. We're not restrictive. We want people to be able to come to the good place. So we want to counteract Trevor.
yes, 100%. Because what is being good other than being inclusive and loving to everyone?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Like the whole, like the weakness, air quotes, of the show is that like the weird point system doesn't work. And if there's truly a good place, it's that thing people say of heaven all the time. If it was really heaven, everyone you love would be there. It wouldn't be like the good people get to be there and then the bad people are in hell. Like you would get to have everyone you love with you. And like, what is a good place that's like super strict and, you know, willing to fling people down to hell? So it's like, yeah.
And if we know one thing about like Mike Schur's shows, it's that they like really embrace like the power of friendship and like compassion and loving people and coming from a positive place. So like the whole idea that no, genuinely only like Nobel Peace Prize winners get to the good place
Not even.
is so antithetical to that.
Yeah.
The fact that like only one person ever has been in the middle place means that those medium people gotta be going somewhere.
Yeah.
And they can't just all be getting tortured.
Yeah.
Otherwise, ugh.
I mean, it's incredible. And I mean, I just had a flashback to how this is case number 0003 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And so obviously this has happened before where there have been variations of something like this happen. But we don't know what that are,
Yeah.
what those are.
One of them's Mindy, definitely, right?
For sure, one of them must be Mindy.
And then the other one.
And then there are two more. So, there's one other.
more.
So, I mean, there's obviously no precedent here that they're following, particularly for the four of them.
Yeah.
But there is something that they can go by, at least. So, I have a feeling that the good place is sticking their finger in and poking around a little bit.
And Simone would be like the perfect person.
Oh,
to do
she's
that.
so good.
100%.
And it solves the question we had last time of like, what the F are they going to do with Simone when
Yeah.
like we take it back to the afterworld realm?
Wow.
Well, if she's...
Are we actually going back now? Because
Are they trapped
Michael
on Earth?
and Janet are trapped on Earth so far, as we know, aside from him and the key.
Speaking of which, that is what I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about how Michael and Janet are now like... I wasn't expecting them, honestly, like... And I should have expected, because the show always, like, throws things at you way sooner than you expected. I wasn't expecting them to come down this often. I wasn't expecting them to come to Earth that much. I predicted it last episode. I wasn't actually expecting Janet to fully turn up on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, right away. And the fact they did it, and, like, now they're potentially trapped on Earth, I'm like, oh, that is such good stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the fact that Janet doesn't have her powers... But she does still have access to all the knowledge she previously had. So she's still, like, the smartest person on the planet.
But she's also afraid of the fact that she's not growing the way that she was before, right?
Aw, she'll grow in other ways because
she'll
she's
grow
on
in other
Earth
ways.
now.
Well, that's exactly it. Is that now she's becoming more and more human.
Yes.
So when she's like, not a human, actually, Janet, you know what? Now you are.
The lines are blurring. The lines are blurring. The longer she stays on Earth, the lines will get more.
She's still going to be good, like, non-binary representation, though.
Oh, 100%.
She may be a human,
100%.
she's not a girl, though.
I also really like how Michael's character is kind of actually becoming more like season 1 Michael, of him without seeing the demon side of Michael.
yeah.
Like, he is the good Michael now
Yeah, I
that
see
we
what you mean.
remember from first season, and it's like a real lovely throwback to that, where
Yeah.
he would like fluff around and not be able to
Yeah.
make comebacks and things like that.
This is what I want to talk about.
Here's what I want to talk about.
What is it?
Yes. Jesus, Sally, come on. We've done this once.
Yeah, we've done this once. Why am
Technically,
I-
we've done it twice, we just haven't done this twice.
Okay.
Here's what I want to talk about. Is how Travis's tactic for like, you know, sowing discord is to like, you know,
Travis?
Travis?
Trevor.
Travis McElroy has appeared on this episode.
Okay, here's what I wanted to talk about is Trevor's tactic for sowing discord, for example, with Tahani and Jason, is like he thinks that if he gets them drunk, then they're gonna like totally be horrible people because they belong in the bad place. So of course they're gonna be horrible people and like sleep together and blah blah blah. It'll be this whole thing. But like he underestimates their goodness, and like Jason is a perfect gentleman, like we always know he is. He's a sweetie, and he takes care of Tahani, and Tahani is like, you know,
Taken by his sweetness.
exactly, and like she feels bad for being like a drunk or whatever, but she in no way like was mad at Jason or like ashamed of him or whatever. And he was sleeping in a dumpster. She'll probably end up helping him and like inviting him to stay with her or something.
What a testament to Jason's character.
Yes!
That he will look after a drunk woman and not take advantage of her.
I mean, it's like
Oh.
basic, but
Not
it's
that that
also
should be
good.
not that it should be so high a bar. So, like it shouldn't.
But Kieran,
That shouldn't be so high a bar, but yet
it
it is.
is. Which is the really sad point, but also the really amazing thing about Jason.
Yeah.
and
Because
it's
he's a straight heart
Yeah.
dummy.
Yeah.
it's so true to
It's
his
nice.
character that he's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Because Trevor underestimated them because he didn't see that they did get together.
Yeah.
Because they got together while they were deceiving the demons in
Oh
that
my
final reboot.
That's so true.
So Tahani and Jason have already been together, and we've already seen that they are
Actually good
they're
together.
good together.
They
They're
work.
not the best together. Like he
Yeah.
should be with Janet. Personally, I stand there.
I 100% agree. And yeah, sorry, continue.
But yeah, but what I was just gonna say is that like they haven't seen them together, but we have. So we know that like this plan to like try and get them together and bring out the worst in each other is going to fail.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not just like Eleanor and Chidi getting together that saves everyone. It's everyone getting together saves each other.
Yes. And I am now just realizing that we are finally going to be seeing Janet and Jason together again.
Yes.
And they're gonna actually have like a proper interaction with one another, which they didn't get to have in this like short space of being in the worst restaurant in Sydney ever. And oh my god, it's gonna be so good, you guys!
Yay!
It's gonna be so good. But I'm really curious to know how they're gonna work it, because poor Michael, like, is he just gonna be the lone librarian that roams around now, or
Well, here's the thing.
shadows.
They've already established that, like, even when the demons are on Earth, and presumably this applies to, like, Michael and Janet as well, Trevor doesn't need to use the bathroom. Presumably
Yeah.
they don't eat.
yeah,
Which means, does Michael need to find a job? Or can he literally just sort of exist as he is?
yeah, true.
And just focus on them?
He might even end up hanging out with Chidi more,
Mm.
and him and Chidi becoming friends, and just being like a side man for Chidi, and keeping tabs on everybody.
That would be interesting, because we've mostly only seen Michael have relationships with Janet and with Eleanor.
Yeah.
With everyone else, it's been very sort of distant.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see him, like, now he's in a situation where he doesn't have this power of them that he usually had. Like, he'll actually be, like, relating to them as more or less equals.
Yeah.
That's so true.
That's so good. Can we talk briefly about how amazing that restaurant was? Just like
my
the
God.
font of jokes. I love a theme. I love a meta, self-aware theme restaurant joke.
Yes.
It's the same thing as when the Simpsons go to Japan and they go to the American restaurant.
Yeah.
It's the same joke, but it's so good every time.
The fact that Judge Judy is one of the people on the Mount Rushmore of Hollywood or whatever.
The
It's so
fact that
good.
the little reminder thing saying, "Oh, when your table's ready, this thing will go off." It was a gun, and Chidi was like, "I think this is a real gun."
So scary.
And all of the poop jokes. All of the poop jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Trevor, for the poop jokes. Ugh, I love poop jokes. I'm sorry. That makes me sound like I'm a 5-year-old, but I love poop jokes.
Have you seen American Vandal?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that off air.
You should definitely watch it. That's a That's an official good chat recommendation. You should watch American Vandal.
Ding!
This is the good news.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Good news.
So this is a very timely piece of good news. It's something very important to my heart. Anyone from New Zealand will know the importance of the New Zealand Bird of the Year competition. I don't care about that right now because I just found out about Fat Bear Week.
Vote for fattest bear on the Brooks River,
In
which is
Katmai National Park and Reserve, which I believe is in America, maybe Canada, I'm not sure. But it's going from October 3rd to 9th, 2018, Fat Bear Week. You vote on their Facebook page. They show you, like, what the bear looked like a few weeks ago, what the bear looks like now, and you vote for, like, who has become the fattest, who has eaten the most salmon, who's preparing for hibernation. It is body positive, and it is adorable.
And I feel like we should add Mars
Yay!
to the
Yes.
list because he's a fat little bear boy, isn't he?
Mars is also good news.
He
Yeah.
is very good news. And we have loved having you here, sleeping and snoring and slobbering on my leg. It's like having our very own little, like, podcast pet, guys.
Mars, do you have anything to plug? The roof? Wow. Okay, so Mars loves roofs, guys.
Hey, you never know. That's probably going to show up in one of these episodes at some point. Knowing the good place, anything can happen.
Yeah. Maybe.
Alright.
I think that's more or
we
less.
Is there a closing jingle for that good news or not? I forget.
Dude.
No. Alright.
And yeah, I think that's more or less it for the episode.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Such a good episode. Can't wait for next week.
Oh, yes.
Great job, everyone. This has been The Good Chat. I'm Anoush Chibi.
I'm so in a hat.
I'm Kieran Kraft.
Go do something, chat.